you know when you're at a concert, right? And, you know, a couple of cool songs come on and you get your phone out and then you're recording it on your phone, and then by the end of the concert you got like 10 gigs of of concert footage. I know that feeling, and it's a great feeling because you get all of this footage of the time that you went to your favorite concert, and you can post it and you can look back a couple of years later, but then you're like, damn, did I even watch the concert? Or was I just watching my phone the whole time? Like, damn. I was at a concert like last year and I was filming a couple of songs, and then I was actually watching the concert through the phone, and it was such a weird feeling because it was like, should I even be here if I'm just going to film the whole thing? And now I know that's a bit maybe like an extreme thought, but I found myself like recording maybe 30 seconds of the song and then I put it away, and I actually lived, I guess, in the moment. And I tell you, one of my biggest struggles is to live in the moment. And I don't know about anyone else, but I know that, look, I love technology. I love it. I mean, I make music and I record stuff, so like technology is at the basis of what I do and what I love. But if I don't control it, I feel like it gets out of hand. And it's not just technology, it's other things like, worrying and stuff, like not living in the actual moment and just constantly having distractions, like whether it be technology or worrying about the future or, other things that distract me. And it's like, I miss those crucial moments. I mean, I'm never going to go back to that concert again. But for that particular one, it was actually the Kid Leroy that I went last year. He's an amazing Australian artist, and I'm so happy that some of those songs, like I was looking on my phone and I was like, wait, there was a song you definitely played, but I don't think I recorded it. And I'm looking and I'm like, why didn't I record it? And in some ways I'm kind of happy that I didn't, because I must have enjoyed it. Now I kind of forgot, but I'm happy that I enjoyed that moment, right? Because there's some things in my phone that I'm like, if I didn't record that, it might have enjoyed it a little bit more. There's obviously going to be things that you never forget, but some things I guess I forget, but in a way I'm happy that I lived it, if you know what I mean. There was a footy match, I've got to say 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and it was a Bulldogs game and an AFL match, and there was a winning goal, like maybe with 30 seconds left, and by the way, when you're in the stadium you don't know how much time there's left, so you roughly we're at the end, but you don't exactly know, so you're kind of like, next goal could be the winner, right? Next goal could be the winner. And he kicked it. It was Jamara Ugle-Hagan, right? And he kicks it from like 50 out, and I was sitting right behind it, and like as soon as it left his boot, I knew it was a goal. And I got up and I put my arms up in the air. I'm literally doing it right now, and I can remember that feeling. It was an incredible feeling being behind him. This is a kid. He's the number 1 draft pick. Everyone's like, is he gonna play? Like, they don't really trust him. And this was kind of the moment that he kind of said, I'm the real deal. And I was there to witness it. And I didn't pull out my phone. And I wasn't thinking about how crap life was, or I just lived it. And I will never forget that moment. And I think that it's definitely in my top 5, like, sporting events I've ever been to, because by the way, I've been to like nearly 300 sporting games and stuff, but that moment is definitely top 5. And I'm so happy that I didn't pull out my phone or I didn't do anything else. I just lived it. And I remember getting up and I just screamed and the ball was like, it was like bending back. It was on the boundary and it was bending back, and it was just like that's it, we've won the game. And I feel like those moments you just remember. Like, if I'd pulled out my phone, I would have remembered pulling out my phone. But I remember not doing that. I remember just living it. And that is like the best feeling ever. Because, I mean, there's stuff that I don't even get back anymore. Like, I'm just never going to get back. But if I lived it, I'll remember it as, wow, I enjoyed it for what it was. And, you know, there's things as big as that, and then there's things as small as like walking in the city. Like, you know, I'm in a studio in the city right now. I'm using it for the first time. I'm not really sure if the mic quality is as good as at home, but I was walking here. It was like a 20-minute walk from wherever I was, and I was using my phone, obviously, you know, Google Maps, and it was a 20-minute walk, but there was only like 2 turns, and I knew I had to turn on Swanston Street. And once I was on Swanston Street, I knew how to get to the recording studio. So what I did was I just put my phone off and I walked without, you know, looking at my phone. I just walked and I looked around the city, and I started looking at some of the architecture because, you know, I recently watched How I Met Your Mother, and, you know, I know that Ted was an architecture. He was an architect, and I started to think about some of the buildings. Like, what the heck? I don't even care about buildings ever. I care about stadiums. I like stadiums, but I don't care about buildings at all. But for the first time, I actually looked around me and I was like, whoa, this is cool. And it's like the simplest things I don't do. Like, why don't I do that? Like, January the 1st, 2025 will never happen again. Like, that's mind-blowing when you think about it. Like, January 1st will happen again, but 2025 will never happen again. So whatever I did on that day can never happen again. And if I ate like a sandwich, I can eat another sandwich on January the 1st, but it'll be 2026. That is so crazy to think about. It's like even the simplest of breaths that I take will just never happen again. Like, I can never record this again. I can re-record it, but what I'm saying right now will never happen again. What I said about January 1st a minute ago, I can never say again. Like, when you really think about it, it's so crazy. Like, you know, even taking a shower in the morning, like, it's such a simple thing. And I talk about taking things for granted all the time in all of these episodes that I record, but I'm more talking about living in the moment and just enjoying it. And I struggle with this so much. And, you know, what do you struggle with this? Because I don't know if it's just a me thing or if it's everyone. Honestly, I don't know, but I definitely have struggled in it. I mean, all of those, you know, even, you know, when it comes to gaming, like, you just go home and you play games, but it's like, you know, some of those memories with your friends you never get back. And I should have enjoyed it a bit more. Like, you know, I should have put my phone away, or I should have just lived in it. Because some of those things you can never get back. And it's more about, I guess, enjoying right now. Because you can, I guess I worry. I think sometimes also I worry. And when you worry, you're missing now and you're more worried about what's coming, or even the past. Oh, that's a big one. The past. More worried about either the past or the future, and you forget about the present. And I guess the present is the most important thing. I don't know. Like maybe. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm not trying to be a motivational speaker because, like, how can I be a motivational speaker when my life's a mess? Right? So I'm just here to tell you that I struggle living in the moment. And if there is a way, if there is a, a strategy that helps you live in the moment, please tell me, because I'd actually genuinely love to hear it. I kind of told you a couple of things that I'm trying out, but it's literally like last couple of days, or literally today, how I got here. Trying to put my phone away and figure out directions. Yeah, that's an interesting topic to think about. Are you good at living in the moment, or are you bad at living at the moment? Tell me, because I'm definitely excited to hear it, and I guess please give me some advice. If you're listening and you got some advice, give me some advice, because I really would take it. That's all for me. I guess I'll see you around.